Hey everybody, welcome to another battle report, and today we're going to be doing a solo match because COVID is still here amongst us and we can't have people around, so I'm going to have a little game by myself because personally I'm forgetting how to play this game, so that's quite annoying. So today I'm going to have a try battle between my Space Marines. They're going to be having a sort of a training simulation sort of session. So we're going to be playing for this middle objective here. Essentially, we've got 5 objectives, one under each of these structures, and then there's one in the middle there. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be holding the objective sort of scenario, and plus everybody's going to have very similar secondary objectives. We're going to have Slay the Warlord, which is going to be a 5 victory points, and there's also going to be Bring It Down, which is going to be 3 victory points for vehicles. Then there will be the typical objectives. If you hold 1 or more, you get 3 victory points. If you 5 victory points, sorry. If you hold 2 or more, another 5 victory points, and 3 or more than your enemy, then you get another 5 victory points. So plenty of points for playing with this one. So it's going to be obviously quite a bit of a boring game, seeing a lot of Space Marines. So what I decided to do is that each force is going to be using tactics from different Space Marine chapters. So I've got one team that's going to be using Iron Hands tactics. I've got one that's going to be playing my typical Raven Guard tactics, and another one that is going to be playing, I believe, White Scars, because there's a lot of bikes and land speeders there. So yeah, this is the layout of the table. It's going to be a relatively short one. I'm not going to go into the depths about rolling and talking about strategies and stuff like that. I just really want to get this all out and just put something out for today. So yeah, here is the battlefield. I've explained the rules, so we'll have a little look at what I'm going to be playing with. So here we have our 3 teams then. So we've got 1,000 points apiece for each of these teams. We'll have a look at them in a second, but we'll just go over the board then. So we've got Team Alban, we've got Team Blaze, and we've got Team Jaden. Now Team Jaden is going to be fighting with Raven Guard tactics. We've got Team Blaze on White Scar tactics, and we have Team Alban on Imperial Fist tactics. So let's have a look at them. The Imperial Fist lot of them are going to have Gravis Captain with all those bits and pieces, so Angel Artifacts, Iron Resolve, and also they've got an Infiltrator group with a Helix Adept. Now that means that's changed slightly now. It's not sort of apothecary. You get to ignore the first failed save, so that's pretty good. So I've got 2 of those. They also do concealed positions, so you can stop them off in the field rather than in your deployment zone. We have an aggressive squad that's going to be accompanying the captain, the apothecary that's going to be accompanying them as well and keeping them alive. The aura is going to be something fun. It's a 6+ shrug. I believe my captain's already got a 6+ shrug, so it's going to be interesting to see how it works. And we have the interceptor squad. We have an inceptor squad, and we have an interceptor. So that's going to get very wordy later on. So let's have a quick look at them. So there's our Gravis Captain with the Apothecary. We've got the Infiltrator Squad. So there's no special weapons apart from their bolt carbines. They have another group with them as well. And here's the more sort of the meatier part. We have the Interceptor. So the Interceptor's got a Typhoon Missile Launcher and a Las Talon. We have the Gravis boys. The Gravis are holding the Bolter rather than Flamestorm. And finally we have our Inceptors. Inceptors, yeah, they're called Inceptors, the sort of film named after Leonardo DiCaprio. So yeah, these have got bolters as well. So that is our first team. Let's move straight over to our second team then. So we've got our Team Jaden. So Team Jaden is more of a sneakier one. So we're using a Phobos Lieutenant, which has a Ghost Weave Cloak, so that's -1 to hit, and also giving him target priority, which basically means a +1 to hit to a specific unit. I think they have to be Phobos though. We have an Infiltrator squad again with the Helix Adept, same sort of rules, same rules of that one. We've got 2 squads of them. We have an Invictor, sorry, not Infiltrator, it is an Infiltrator though. An Invictor Warsuit with the Iron Hail Stub Art. We have an Assault squad, pretty standard, bolt pistols and chainsaws, but the Sergeant's got everything. He's got Combat Shield, Power Fist and a Plasma Pistol. We've got a Suppressor squad for some long range flight, sort of, I don't know, really support really. We have the Eliminators with a Las Fusel, so very, very good shots with some very, very powerful weapons, but can't target characters, but it's not a very target character heavy battlefield, so that shouldn't be too bad. And we have a Predator Annihilator, which is the one with the twin las cannons, and I'm taking 2 extra heavy bolters because all Space Marines have 2 wounds now, but the heavy bolters can take off those 2 wounds, so that's going to be pretty useful. Let's have a little look at them then. So we have Jaden. Jaden's the lieutenant, and he's got a fancy rifle, and he's going to be sticking around probably with the Eliminators or another Phobos unit. We've got another Infiltrator unit, both with Helix Adepts. I think they also get Smoke Shield to these guys, so that's some -1 to hit, and of things being Raven Guard, very hard to hit Raven Guard units. And then we have the Annihilator. The Annihilator is going to be coming in as the heavy support. We have these guys, which are the Eliminators with their las fusils. They're going to be taking on support. And we have our assault dudes, we have our Victor warsuit, and we have the suppressors. Apologies about the light, all of this is right underneath a light bulb. Right then, so the final one is going to be Team Blaze. Now Team Blaze is going to be from the White Scots, so we've got a lot of bikers, and we've got some we've got a land speeder, shall I say. So we've got the biker captain, again a chapter master, adamantine armor, which is a 5+ shrug. Storm of Fire, which basically means +1 to armor penetration of hits on 6s. We have Intercessor Squad, we've got Alpha, and they've got grenade launchers and auto bolt rifles. We want these lot to be moving up very quickly, and I wanted assault weapons. So we've got exactly the same again. We've got two 5-man squads of them. Got a Venerable Dreadnought. That's ready to back up another squad. I'll show you in a second. That's coming with a I think it's got heavy flamer, it's got the fist, and it's got a heavy plasma gun, something like that. And it's got loads of, obviously it's 2+ to hit, 2+ to, yeah, it's lots of, very, very good. It's basically a captain in a giant piece of armor. We've got a bite squad, melter gun with multi-melter and a thunder hammer, so it's a 5-man squad, but it has got a attack bike, so that's quite cool. Land speeder, typhoon, so that means it's got a typhoon missile launcher, and I've also given it a heavy bolter. And there's a Hellblaster squad to accompany the Venerable Dreadnought. So we'll just quickly go and have a look at them, and then I'm gonna roll off for deployment, and I'll come back to you on the actual deployment. So hang on, let's go for a wander then. Over here. So this is our bike captain with a custom combi melter gun built into the dashboard. So plenty of shots coming in from this captain. We have the intercessors there with the heavy with the grenade launchers. So they're going to be I think they're with assault weaponry, so they can move pretty fast. And there's some stratagems that can make them fire twice. There's lots of shots coming out of them. And the real meat of it, we've got a Venerable Dreadnought with a very unlucky Minotaur Space Marine from the previous battle. He's having a look at his spine. Maybe it's a chiropractic thing, I don't know. Maybe he was trying to help. We have a Hellblaster squad. The Hellblasters obviously are going to be assault plasmas as well. So I think it's only strength 6, but it means they can fire 2 shots and they can be running around the board as well. Being White Scots, they want to move. And we have a bike squad. So there's got have a attack bike. We've got some 2 chainswords, 1 melter gun, and the sergeant with a power fist? No, thunder hammer. And finally, we have the typhoon, which has got a heavy bolter. And that is all of my squads. So it's 1,000 points apiece. What I'm going to do now is roll off, because I want to keep this video as quite as short as possible, really. So I'm going to roll off, I'm going to get these all deployed, and I'll come back to you when we have the first bit of movement. See you in a bit. Here we are after deployment then. So we had Jaden who won the roll-off. So Jaden, the Raven Guard detachment, who decided to come down in this corner, deployed first. Then we had the White Scar group. They went down here. And then finally the Imperial Fist lot over there. So let's have a quick look at what everyone has. So the White Scars had no troops that could be deployed as reinforcements. So they're sort of all bunched up into here. Huge group of them. So everybody is just in the deployment zone for the Raven Guard / Team Blaze's force. We have the Raven Guard. So the only thing that couldn't really go out into the field was the Predator. There's also quite a lot of reserves. So we have actually the HQ choice himself, Jaden, is staying in reserve, along with the suppressors who are hanging around in the sky, along with the assault squad who are just hanging around in the sky. They have got their Phobos what's called a tactical warsuit is ready in deployment near the foundry, and they have 2 squads set up in the foundry. So we've got one who's actually already on the objective point, and one who's taken sort of the foundry sort of higher raised areas. And then over there, if we can have a look, zoom in, we've got the eliminated squad over there. So they may be moving quite quickly. So that is the essentially the Raven Guard lot. And then the very, very small force, that is the Imperial Fist. So their flyers came at the back there. The aggressors got as far forward as they could. They're just going to be marching forward. We have the 3 Inceptors, jumpy dudes as they're commonly known, just hanging around in reserve. And both their reinforcement infiltrators, there's one in there on the point, and there's one over there on the point as well. So that is everybody deployed. So let's have a quick look around what I'm going to be classifying as terrain and everything like that. So there's going to be no light cover at all on any of these, because the railings won't provide any cover, and everything's pretty much quite open. So if you can't see them, that'll be your cover, but if you can see them, there's no saves or anything unless there's any specific rules, tactics or stratagems that are being used. But in the corners though, we do have some. So over here, this is going to be considered as dense terrain. So anything that's behind this wood line, these trees, is going to get -1 to hit and a +1 to their save. Same goes for this lot, but only on the rocks. So if you're on the rocks, you get a -1 to hit, and you get a +1 to your save. And it's the same for over in the corner over there. If you're in that building, that square over there, you're going to get a +1 to your save and a -1 to your hit. Aside from that, everything's pretty much open. So as soon as they leave their deployment zones, they're going to be able to be shot at. So if they stay in their deployment zones, they're a little bit less easy to be shot at. Right then, so I've already rolled off who's going to win. It's unfortunately Jaden won again. So it's going to be Jaden first, then it's going to be Blaze, and then it's going to be Alburn. So I'm going to have a bit of a move around, and I'll come back to you when we're doing some shooting on Team Jaden. Right, be back in a moment. We're back. So all of them have been moved. We had the Predator tank move out of the woods and into the open, and it's going to be targeting the Dreadnought and the bikes with the heavy bolter and the twin las cannon. We've got the Phobos, I keep calling it a Phobos warsuit, the tactical warsuit that moved out slightly so it can attack the Gravis troops over there. We've got the infiltrators had to move slightly to get shots down on these lots, so they won't be doing rapid fire shots, but they will be putting some shots down on there. And we had no movement from the eliminators because they do have, because they're Phobos, there is a stratagem. If they get under attack, they can sort of disappear. So I'm going to leave them there until there's actually some sort of danger approaches them. So we'll see how that works out. Right, then we'll take some shots then. I guess I'm going to need some dice. Let's have a look then. So we've got 6 shots from the heavy bolters. We'll do those first. Now, these Raven Guard don't have any specific sort of tactics when it comes to shooting. It's just mainly about sort of hiding and stuff for Raven Guard. So we're going to have a little look what we can shoot at. We're going to shoot the biker squad down there because they got lots of wounds, so we're going to try and get burned through them. I believe they've all got 3 wounds now, so toughness 5. This ship is basically stuff built for heavy bolters. Right then, so 6 shots coming in, 6 bullets. Let's see how many hit. So hitting on 3s. Okay, 4 hits. So this is strength 5, toughness 5. So this is going to be wounding on 4s. That wasn't very good. That wasn't a 1. So the heavy bolters absolutely did nothing there. Righto. We got the twin lascan. Now, I do have the storm bolter and the hunter killer, but I couldn't afford them, so I'll have to double check actually. But for the time being, yeah, I'm not using them. We've got the twin lascan aiming at the venerable. Now, the venerable, it does get a 6 shrug, and because nothing to do with Raven Guard. No, there's nothing else I can do for that one. So here comes 2 shots. 1 hit, 1 miss. I'm not going to pay for a reroll just yet. We'll deal with command points a bit later. This is going to be strength 9 versus toughness 7. So this is wounding on 3. And that's a fail. So nothing from the Predator tank. That was really disappointing. Okay, just goes to show you how the dice can be very fickle things. Right, we'll have a little look then. We've got the Infiltrator squad. The Infiltrator squad did move, so there's only going to be 5 shots, but they're all hitting a fellow Infiltrator squad that's down there. Now, they do have a rule with their special carbines that they get hits on 6 automatically wound. They've got no comm details, neither is the HQ on the field, so there's nothing to rerolls. So, hitting on 3s. Yeah, hitting on 3s. And that's 3. That's pretty good averages. Take 3 of those. So, this is strength 4 versus toughness. There wasn't any 6s there, so do that one. So, 1 wound. This is going to be, we're in Devastate Doctrine, so it's still just dash. So this is going to be a 3-up save. And that's a save. So no damage from the Infiltrator squad. The Infiltrator squad here, only a few of them can actually, they didn't move, but they can see, ooh, the camera angles here. They can see there's one just in the corner over there. So it's going to be 2 Marines can only hit them because they're the only ones in range, but they are going to be rapid firing. So hitting on 3s. That's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. That's 2 wounds, and no special things to these, so saves on 3s. And that's 1 wound off the infiltrators underneath there. Let me go and adjust that, and then I've got to look up what sort of guns I've got on this thing. Right, back in a second. Right, after much consultation with the codex, I finally figured out how many guns this thing has got and what I'm actually going to be able to fire. That's the one thing about Primaris compared to old school Space Marines. At least with the old school Space Marines, you can sort of kit them out how you like. That's the variation. But with Primaris, they're like, well, no, there's no variation, but we are just going to give you every single gun. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to remember. The Primaris Repulsor Executioner is just dripping with weaponry. So this is like a This is actually quite small in comparison. Anyway, we'll see what we can do to these fellas. Now, these do get a +1 to their save and a -1 to hit, so because they are still within the confines of the ruins. So as soon as they step out of the boundary, they don't get that luxury. But for the moment, they're okay, which is going to be lucky because most of this stuff is 2 damage weaponry with a lot of high power. So we'll see how we do it. We'll start off light then. The pistol that is in his hand, he holds so gingerly, is a heavy bolter, which gets 3 shots on strength 5s. This is going to be hitting on 4s this time. And come on, focus. Screen web. And there we go. Oh, it's like me. This technology is a bit old. Right, that seems to be 2 hits. This is going to be strength 5 versus toughness 5. So this is wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound. -2 because we're in heavy doctrine. That is a heavy weapon. They do get their +1 to their save. So this, generally speaking, this is a 3 save. That would turn it to a 5, but we are saving on a 4. So saves on 4. And that's a save. Okay, that's the heavy bolter done. We'll have a look at the, I think it's the twin stubbers. So the ones that are in his chest piece here. So these are called, it's either the, it's the twin iron hell stubber. Yeah, because it's strength 4. So these are strength 4, but I get 8 shots on them. So 8 shots hitting on 4s. That's not too bad, actually. It's 4 of those. So this is strength 4 versus toughness 5. So this is going to be wounding on 5s. That's pretty rubbish. That's only 1. This is a -1 weapon, but now it is -2, I believe. Yep, -2. So again, that's back to a -1 because they're in cover. So this is going to be 4 save. And that's not safe. This is 1 damage, but they are near their apothecary. So the apothecary gives them a 6-up shrug if they're near the aura. So 6-up shrug and a 6. So there you go. I wondered if I was going to work today. So brilliant. So no wound there. Okay, we'll go on to the main armament then, which is the twin iron hail cannon. So this is 6 shots, I believe, because of the 2 ones. So they get 3 apiece. Yes, 6, and strength 7 -1, so -2 because they're in heavy, and 2 apiece. So this should do some damage, we'll see. So this is going to be hitting on 4s. Nope, that's only 3 of those. Okay, strength, what was it? 6, did I say? 6, 7. So this is going to be wounding on 3s. All wounds, lovely. And we're at -2, I believe. Yep, -6 of heavy doctrine, but this is 2 damage apiece. So this is going to be 4s up saves. All but 1. We're going to do a 6. Oh no, because it's 2. So we've got to. So it's 2 shrugs. So I failed the save, didn't I? So yeah, it's 2 6-up shrugs. And both fell. So we do have 1 wound left on one of the aggressors. Okay, so that wasn't as best as we could do, but first match. I believe that is absolutely everything. No one's doing any charging. Raven Guard aren't known for their charge. Oh no, we have little snipers. This is my main problem. I forget about other characters. So we're gonna have a little look around and see what we're gonna target with these guys. With 3 las fusils, it's kind of a French word. It sounds like le French. Oh, yeah. So they're going to be attacking that thing at the back there, the las talon with the las talon. Anyway, the interceptor. So we're going to be taking a couple of shots. Now they did get an improvement in the new codex, and they're now hitting on 2s. But because he's a fly target, it's hard to hit. So they're still going to be hitting on 3s for the first time. So my first time using eliminators with a 2+, and they're hitting on 3s. Bit of a shame. I've got no fancy rules. The lieutenant's nowhere near, so there's nothing if I lose anything. I'm making a shot with the sergeant, so the sergeant's not helping anybody out. I don't know if that will replies. Yeah, we'll have to have a look anyway. But yeah, every 3 shots then with las talents. So hitting on 3s. All 3 shots, lovely. Okay, so we got I believe they're strength 8. I believe strength 8, or they could be 9, but 8 versus toughness 6 or 7 for the interceptor. So these guys are going to be wounding on 3s. Lovely, 3 wounds, fantastic. So they are in heavy. So that is 3 apiece because it's -4. Oh dear, so that thing has just taken 9 shots from that. There's no save, I don't think, because it's an aircraft, he doesn't get any cover save. So I don't think they get any resilience throw. So no, that is very successful from the Eliminators. 9 wounds off the Interceptor, which is really going to be spewing out some smoke. Fantastic. Okay, so I believe that's the end of the round. So let's have a quick look. I didn't do any Warlord damage. I didn't take any vehicles down, though I did make a really good attempt at it. And you can't take any objective markers points at this point in time. So that leaves me with my Raven God detachment on 0 victory points. But they've made a bit of a mark. They've certainly annoyed the Imperial Fists over there. Not so much on the White Scars, but we'll be joining the White Scars next after they've moved. Nice and easy with the White Scars here. So we had the move, a normal movement, and then they advanced as well. And also spent a command point on this squad so that they can fire. So this squad will be firing as normal. We've also had a lot of movement from the Foot Troops and the Walker, who are within range of bits and pieces. But what we'll be doing first is having a little look at this biker squad taking pot shots at the Infiltrator squad, which I tell you, they're tucked in there from the Raven Guard, and then multi-melter is going to be going into the tank. That means these guys are going to get 4 shots apiece, and also I'm going to be using the Captain's Warlord trait, which essentially is the Storm of Fire, which gives any rolls of 6 is -1. Now, I still in Heavy Doctrine, so the multi-melter is at least on -5, so that's really good. But the bolt guns will, at least now, if they hit on 6s, they'll get a -1. Now, I've done some measuring. The captain is out of range, and he's not part of that unit because I didn't spend money on him, so he can't actually fire because he's advanced. But he can do his Warlord trait bit. So we'll be taking 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 shots at the Infiltrators in there. So this is going to be any 6s equal to a -1. So let's see how that goes. Need to get smaller dices. Right then, so we are within range of our captain. He is a chapter master, so he's going to nominate this unit to reroll any miss rolls. So 1s, 2s, 3s, and because they are there's no terrain over there essentially, so it is normal hits on these guys. But we can reroll because the captain's there. Right then, we're going to be hitting on 3s. Good job, we've got the rerolls in. Get these rerolls away. And there's some 6s in there as well. 1 6. Okay, let's have a little look now. So let's get rid of all the misses. Okay, and we have a -1. So with this many that just do normal damage. So this is going to be on a dash. So this is going to be saves on 3. But these are Raven Guard. So they are over 18 inches away, so they will be treated as in cover, so they do get a +1 to their save. So this is going to be saving on 2s. And, there's still quite a few fails there. Well, that's 1 dead. That's 2 dead. That's all saved. So that's for him. So this is -1, so this will be saving on a 3. And that is 1 with 1 wound. So that is actually done quite well. So out of all those bolt guns, they managed to kill 2 Marines and injured 1. We'll just have a look. Can we do this now? Yeah, we'll do this right now. So we've got the multi-melter. Now this gets 2 shots now. So the 2 shots going there, and because I've spent the money, I can still fire this thing. It is considered infantry. It's not a vehicle, so I will be hitting on 4s this time. And that is over 18 inches away, and it is all for units, so it still gets a +1 to its save. So that does take it down to a -4, which still means no save. So this is all really for me than anybody else. But anyway, here we go. So 2 heavy multi-melter shots. Both hit. So this is strength 8, I believe, versus toughness 7. So this is going to be wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound, and it's going to be D6 damage. I believe it's +2, but I'll have to double check on that one. But this is D6 damage. No saves possible. And that is a 3, so that's 3 off the Predator. Right, that is the bite squad done. I'm going to do some measuring and looking around for my Intercessors, my Dreadnought, and my Hellblasters. So I think the Hellblasters are pretty much just looking at that rock. Okay, back in a moment, everybody. Just quickly, we do have, I think there's 3 Marines left in there rather than 2.5 Marines left because I forgot there was a Helix Adept in there. So that means one of the failed saves can be ignored. So I only lost 2 Marines rather than 2 Marines and a wound there. I know it's very, very small, but yeah, it's important, especially if you're playing competition games. Right, I've got to find out how much this Predator. So it's 3 wounds I think this thing took off. Right, so. Okay, after much umming and ahhing, I've figured out what we're going to do with the rest of the White Scars, essentially. We've got one intercessor group who've got assault weapons who is in range, so they can fire their weapons at the remaining infiltrators in there. The rest of them, unfortunately, are out of range or carry heavy weapons and rapid-fire weapons, so they can't do anything there. So that only leaves us with our Typhoon missile launcher, which is here, which will be attacking the Predator. Okay, so we're going to do that, I guess. This is Assault 3 weaponry, but essentially basic bolt guns. So at the moment, because we're in Heavy Doctrine, this is just going to be a dash. And because they're over 12 inches away, they do get their +1 to this light cover. So this is going to be saves on 2s. So there's plenty of shots, we'll see what happens. This is going to be then, because they're not in massive cover, this is going to be hitting on 3s because White Scars do not suffer penalties for advancing and firing assault weapons. This is 3s then. How many is that? Let's get rid of all the misses. I'm completely out of range of my captain, who is close, but not close enough. We've got then all this. This is going to be wounding on 4s. Come here, you lot. And we've got some wounds. Nothing fancy on this one. So I've got to remember the Helix Adepts is still in that group. So the first save from this group can be ignored. First failed save, you know what I mean? So this is going to be saves on 2. So I can ignore the first one. Oh, there's 2 ones. So that's 1 wound. And yeah, so that's 1 wound off that lot from the assault. Okay, so that is back down to them. So I'll take 1 off them. So they're back down to 2.5 again. Righto. That just leaves my Typhoon missile launcher and my heavy bolter. So let's do the heavy bolter first, because I don't think much is going to happen there. Heavy bolter into the Predator. So this is strength 5 versus toughness 7. So firstly hitting on 3s. So that's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound, not bad. Because we're in Heavy Doctrine, this is -2, so you usually see, so it's a 5-up save. And that's a fail, so that's another 2 wounds off the Predator. Oh, good, I can take this dice away and I can give it to the infiltrators. Look. Yay, multitasking. Cool. Right, that's the heavy bolt. It actually did something. Two wounds off it. Not too shabby. I don't think there's anything I can do. Unfortunately, Raven Guard aren't really vehicle specific. They're more Phobos troops, snipers, and troop options. So there's not much I can really do to save that poor fellow. We're going to try the Typhoon missile launcher then. So 2 crack missiles going into that, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. I believe they're strength 8 for crack missiles, -2, -3 being Heavy Doctrine, and it's D6 damage down. So this could finish it off. So we're going to be strength 8 versus 7, so this is wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. I think this is the end of the Predator tank. So this is -2 at the standard, so this is going to be 2 6-up saves. Makes 1 of them. Okay, it's doable. Cool, right. So D6 damage for this one. And that's 2. Okay, so the Predator is down to 4 wounds. This is a lesson to myself. Don't put your tanks right up front because they're going to get bosses. But to be fair, I've got people fighting me from that side, and I've got people fighting me from this side. There isn't much back area in this whole. It's not staying in the woods. But that's not where you keep tanks. You get them up there and have fun with them. Okay, I believe that is everything from the White Scar force. They didn't do too badly. They killed some infiltrators and they knocked a fair amount off the Predator tank, and they haven't really suffered any major losses. That's pretty good. So still 0 victory points, but they're advancing closer and they're whittling down the enemy. So I think it might be a White Scar victory in this. Who knows? Okay, we'll get back to you once we've moved Captain Alburn's very, very minimal force. Yeah, we'll see you in a moment. Turn 1 then for Captain Alburn. There wasn't really much options really done with the Interceptor. It had to get in there and try to blow itself up along with something else. So, yeah, it's not much going to be happening this one. So, hopefully it might be able to take a few out with it. That'd be fun. And not much else movement. We have the aggressors just move up with the captain and the apothecary, and both the infiltrator units stayed where they are. I believe they're going to be popping smoke, and the ones that are going to be underneath there are going to be shooting back at these ones. Right then, we'll start with the more fun, yet I think more disappointing, I believe, what's going to happen. It's going to be twin assault cannons against these Space Marines here. No minuses to hit, but unfortunately this is on 1 wound left, so this is going to be hitting on 6s, unfortunately. Let's see what we get. That's not too bad, 3. Not the worst thing in the world. So these are strength 6 weaponry versus toughness 4. Wounding on 3s then. All but 1. That's alright. We are still in heavy doctrine, so this is -2. So this is going to be 5 up save, so 2 5s. And that's 1 wound off those. Okay, that's not bad. I have that one. Right then, what else we got? We got a Las Talon. So it gets 2 shots. That's going against the Dreadnought. So hitting on 6s again, which is really unfortunate. Cock dice. Nope, total 6, but that's no hit. That's fine. And then we've got the Typhoon missile launcher again, so he's going to be hitting that on 6s. Nope, nothing again. So yeah, very uneventful from the intercept there, which is exactly what that was their intention, to pretty much cripple it. Right, what we got then? We got some aggressors. They are in range, but we've got to roll how many extra shots they get with those backpack launchers. So they get a extra 9 shots. So I've got to count some dice out. So this is going to be against, I believe, we're going to go against the Dreadnought, I believe. Sorry, Warsuit, not Dreadnought, because it doesn't have the keyword. So this is going to be aggressors versus Warsuit. I'm going to check some rules and see how this goes down. Back in a moment. Righto, 27 shots. There's no special rules or anything like this, but if I do get any 6s, they explode, and that's additional shots. So, I should remember that for that one. Oh well, shame. I think probably only applies to infantry anyway. Right, we're hitting on 3s. Okay, I'm going to count all that out. Okay. I forgot to mention that the Apothecary managed to put some more wound back onto the Gravis troop there, so that's why he's not on 2 rather than 1. Right, we've got the captain right there, and it is Chapter Master, so we can obviously select this group, and they're going to re-roll all their 1s and 2s, and any 6s will explode, so we'll do that after we've done the re-rolls. So 1s and 2s. Okay, so we've got some more 6s. And we've got some more 1s and 2s, which we don't count. Not bad for 6s. So that is an additional 7 more shots. They all hit as well. So I've got to get 4 more dice. Okay, these don't, obviously any 6 on this one doesn't count. So, and I think I can re-roll these anyway as well. So I can do re-rolls. Re-roll the 1s. There we go. So that's all the shots then. Quite a lot. That's still 1 squad of aggressors. They still get a ridiculous amount of shots, even with the buffing from the standing still and shooting at things. So that's not bad. But we are shooting a toughness 6 thing with strength 4 weapons. So this is going to be 5s. Right, I'm not going to be able to do this. So I'm going to give me a second while I re-roll all these. That is all the hits then, not too bad. Now, generally it would be 5 and 6s, but the Imperial Fists do have a 2 command point strategy that gives you a +1 to your wounding on tanks and vehicles. That does have the vehicle keyword, so therefore 4s will count as well. No minus to this though, unfortunately, so this will be all 3 saves. So let's look at 3s. And what to do? 1, 2, 3... It's not bad, for pistols, essentially. That's 3 wounds off the tactical warsuit. That's pretty damn good. Okay, we're going to go to the... I believe we're going to do some infiltrators next. Now, they didn't move. So let's just rewind. I've got 3 to take off that one. Not that it's got 3 wounds left. We've got 10 shots then coming in on this infiltrator group. Believe me, it's really difficult remembering which infiltrators group what. But that's the problem when you only start out. You've only got 1 set of minis to play with, so you're going to get confused every once in a while. This is going to be hitting on 3s then. Any 6 automatically wound. I've got no re-rolls, unfortunately. I do have a Helix Adept. So we've got 1 automatic wound, and we've got 3 that just got through. Okay, so this is going to be wounding on 4s. And we got 1, 2, 3 wounds altogether. So that's still on a dash. So these guys are going to be saving on 3s. And all but 1. So that is 1 dead Raven Guard. Okie I believe that is everything. Oh, and we're popping smoke, which is going to be another CP. So that's -1 on that little lot over there. That is the Imperial Fists go then. Lots of dice. That's generally because of aggressors and assault cannons. Not much happened in that one. I don't foresee them having a great battle this time, but I might be mistaken. I pretty much got my money on the White Scars. I know I'm playing all three, but we'll see how the dice will roll. Okay, I believe that is the end of the entire first battle phase, so we'll come back to you with the White Scars? No, it's the Raven Guard. The Raven Guard, so they might have some deployment shenanigans and reinforcements coming in. Okay, we'll see you back in a moment. We're back with the Raven Guard, turn 2. All the strategic reserves have now arrived. We got the accelerated cannons there on the suppressors, and we have an assault squad coming in along with Jaden, the warlord. So they've appeared just behind the White Scars as they appear to be progressing up and down here. We had no movement from the snipers because they're still quite comfortable where they are. We did have a movement from the infiltrators from the top there down to the bottom to take that position because they can now secure the objectives here. And we had the walker move, try to get away from that, but couldn't move into the facility because it's too big. So it could have walked away, but that would have not really helped things. So we've moved it forward, and it's taking on the Gravis troops over there. And I believe this managed to sort of limp its way a bit more forward. It did want to try and bury itself in there because it's probably going to explode on the next turn. But that was as far as we could get. So hopefully we can do some damage to this big chunk of things. So we've looked into the stratagems. There's not much the Raven Guard can do at the moment stratagems wise. I did look to use the the orbital bombardment, but apparently you can only issue that at the beginning of your command phase, and then you have your movement phase, and it has to be your warlord. And since the command phase was before the movement phase, that's when my warlord turned up, I can't actually do that one until the next phase, so maybe next time. I believe that is all the movement then. Right, we'll do some pot shots then with the Predator tank. Now we're down to the second bracket for this one, so this is now hitting on 4s, I believe. So this is going to be, the idea is to blow that guy up and then try and take some of these guys with it. So we'll try and hit the Dreadnought on 4s. Oh, you're kidding me. So it's T3s. It would have hit normally, but because it's spewing out smoke, it couldn't quite see it. I might actually pay 1 command point to re-roll that one. I don't really like to do command point re-rolls, but in this case, I will make an exception. Shall I pay 2? 2 pay to re-rolls? No, you can only do 1 re-roll per session, so let's keep normal. Alright, so that's 1 command point then, and nothing else. Okay, right, we'll have the twin, the 2 heavy bolters, and they're going to try and take on the Marines in the front of them. So this is going to be hitting on 4s as well. We got, at least that's a bit better. We've got 4 hits. This is going to be strength 5. Now we're in combat doctrine, assault doctrine. We're not in devastator doctrine anyway. Tactical doctrine, that's the one. So these are going to be -1 for these now. So this is going to be 5 versus 4, so wounding on 3s. That's not very good. So 2 wounds. And this is going to be -1, so this is going to be 4 up saves. And what's 1 dead Marine? Okay, so that's that one, and that is all the Predator can do. Right then, we'll have a little look at what we're going to do with our Invicta Tactical Warsuit in a second. Back with the Tactical Warsuit then. We got the Tactical Warsuit has 2 targets. We've even got this thing, which is likely to explode in its face, but there's a good chance it's going to take that one out. However, I do have the Eliminators over there who want to finish off themselves. So I'm going to leave this one and not have it blow up on my face, and I'm going to have this attack the Gravis troops again. Okay, so I believe with this little lot, it's only going to be wounding on, it is going to be wounding on 3s. So these guys are going to be spending some 2 command points on something called gene wrought philosophy. Anyway, essentially you can't wound these guys on 3s then. So we've got that one there. We'll do the main gun. So we do get a D6 assault launcher. Essentially it's like a bolt gun. So we'll try that one first. So we get 4 shots. Now this one hasn't gone down a bracket yet, so it's still hitting on 3s. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. Only 1 hit. So this is technically an assault weapon. So this is going to be -1 because we're in tactical doctrines. So -1 on this one, but it's strength 4, toughness 4. So wounding on 5. Sorry, toughness 5. So that's not a wound. So don't worry about that one. Okay, we've got the heavy bolter. So the heavy bolter's hitting in on 3 shots. That's going to be 2 shots hit. Okay, so strength 5, toughness, wounding on 4s. 1 wound. -1 against these guys, so they've got normal typical armor, so that's going to be strength, that's going to be 4, And that is a fail save. Do they want to spend a command point to re-roll that one? Oh no, we can do the saves. Do I want to re-roll the actual saves? Because that's actually better. Yeah, I'm going to re-roll one save for that. So that's 2 command points plus this one. That's safe. That's 2 things, but because he's within the near the apothecary, it's 2 shrugs on 6. And no, that is 1 dead Gravis troop. Okay, right, that was the heavy bolter. We've got the twin iron hail stubbers, which is now I have the book actually open next to me now because I'm slowly learning that I'm not going to learn all these numbers. So the iron hail stubber is 8 on strength 4. So 8 of these hitting on 3s. That's not great. 3 of those. So this is strength 4. Did I say? Yeah. See, I'm the most forgetful person on the planet. No, yeah, strength 4 minus 1. So this is going to be wounding on 5s. Got 1 wound at minus 1, so this is going to be a 4-up save, and that's a save. Okay, we've got the next one, which is going to be the I think it's that big cannon thing he has there. Yeah, which is 6. Oh god, sorry. Okay, so 6 of these hitting on 3s. Yay! That's a lot. Okay, strength 7, toughness 6, so wounding on 3s. Oh, wounding on 4, sorry, because they've got philosophy, but that's okay. I think that's all fine. So this is minus 2 or minus 1? It's a minus 1, so this is going to be 4-up saves, but it does 2 damage apiece. So that's 2 failed. So that is 1 dead. That's 1 dead because it doesn't go over. So we're going to do the shrug. So 3 wounds shrugging on. Yeah, 3 wounds shrugging on 6. Not a 1. That is another dead Gravis troop. Okay, that is all the guns from that one. I believe then we're going to go to the these guys here. So these guys haven't moved at all. They do have heavy weapons. It's 8 minus 3, 3. So we're going to do these against this dude. Apologies. We wish we could shoot after the charge phase, but it's not possible. So we're just going to hope we're going to win this thing and we'll get 5 victory points. So, hitting on 3s because this is hard to hit, even though it is spewing lots of smoke, and it's very evident where it is. Apparently, a flyer is still hard to hit, but they do hit on 2, so hitting on 3s. That's all but 1. So this is strength 8 versus toughness 7, so wounding on 3s. 1 of them wounds, and that is going to be minus 3, so it's a 6-up save. Oh, it saves! Oh, well, that's unsuccessful, so didn't manage to blow up. Oh, pants. Well, I suppose it saves the Dreadnought, the Walker then. Okay, I'm just going to figure out how many other shots. I think it's just the infiltrators left, and potentially that little squad at the back there. Right, we'll have a little look. Right then, we're going to fire these infiltrators into... Let's see if I can get the camera here. These infiltrators. These infiltrators do have smoke going off on them. So this is going to be hitting on 4s. And it's only 4 shots because they moved. Any 6s will automatically wound. That's an automatic wound and 2 hits. Let's see if they wound. Wounding on 4s. No, neither one. So we've got 1 wound at minus 1. It's because we're in tactical, and so that's going to be a 4-up save. And that's a fail. So we've got 1 dead Space Marine in amongst all this lot. I think 1 was on 1 wound anyway. Okay, and then we've got the guys who were still over in there. You probably couldn't see. There they are. So they're in there, and they're going to be taking shots at the group that shot them first time, the intercessors there. They did stand still, but there's not many of them left in there. I think it's 3 left in there. So this is going to be 6 shots. Probably get my finger out of the way. 6 shots, hitting on 3s, I believe. Yep. So that's all but 1, and we've got 2 automatic wounds. Lovely. So wounding on 4. It's 2 wounds, so we've got minus 1, so this is going to be 4 4-up saves. All but 1. Okay, so there's 1 wound off. Yeah, so they did. Each infiltrator squad did 1 wound off each other squad. Right, I'm going to have a little look at this little group, and we're going to have a think about what we're going to attack. It's most likely going to be the bikes. As predicted, I will be firing the accelerator autocannons at the bikes, but because they're white scars, they're going to spend a command point on basically being able to duck and dive and get out of the way. And because they moved, these guys are going to be hitting on 5, so it's not going to be the greatest shots, but we do get to re-roll the wounds because the lieutenant's there as well. Right then, so we've got 9 shots hitting on 5s. 1 and 1. Okay, so we've got 1 shot. This is strength 7 versus toughness 5. This is going to be wounding on 3s. That's a 4, lovely. So that's a wound, and this is -1. Yeah, so 4 up save. And that's a save. Okay, so nothing from the accelerator autocannons. We're then going to do the specialist weapon that's on the lieutenant. I believe it's just a specialist carbine, so they can ignore covers. I think it ignores saves, so it's nothing really for against these guys. Now, it's not a special one, so I can't target the captain who is there, just tucked in at the back there. See that dude? Yeah, there's the captain. But because of Lookout Sir, and because he's within his nearest company, he can't target him. So he's just going to have to target a regular old bike. Right then, he usually hits on 2s. He hasn't got a heavy weapon, so he still would be hitting on 2s. No, is it? Yes. No? Yes. No? Let me just double check. I don't think the lieutenants did get a buff. Yep, so just like the captain, they're hitting on 2s, but it is still -1 because these guys are hard to hit. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. It's an assault 3 weapon, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Let's go have a look at the Phobos sheet, because I honestly don't remember this one. So we've got a Phobos, there we go, lieutenant, and he's got a, what's it called, a Master Crafted Oculus Bolt Carbine Rapid Fire 1, so you can do 1 shot, and it's strength 4, and it's 2, each time. Okay, yeah, as I thought. Right then, so strength 4, and it does 2 damage, but it's got no dash, but we are, because we're in Tactical Doctrine, that's going to be a -1, blah, 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 yada, 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 hitting on 3s. 3, that's a hit. So wounding on 5s. That's a fail. He can't re-roll 4s, he can only re-roll 1s, and that's the end of that one. Right then, so we're looking at some charge phases. So I'm going to do some measuring, but there's a good chance we're going to try and take on potentially maybe them. It's quite a distance, we might not cover that gap, we may leave it, we'll see what they may do at the next one. And the Warsuit is within 10, in fact, I know I'm going to try and charge them, so it's only going to charge that squad, so he's not going to overwatch, so we'll try that. So on 10. That's 10! Excellent, the Warsuit is in for the charge. Fantastic. So that means we can get away from the potentially exploding interceptor, and we've now just thrown... Oh no, because it's 10 and they move back. Oh no! Oh no, hang on, if it was there. I'm going to have to do some measuring. Oh no, I've moved it now. I don't think that was... I measured up before and it was 11, but we have moved those troops now, which probably puts it back to 12. That makes it 11, so no, that's a failed charge. Ugh. Oh well, I suppose it's best for these troops. There's not many left of them. Right then, let's have a look at the end of the game. We've got... so this is where I have to remember everything. So we've got one squad who've taken that objective marker. And we've got another squad that's got this objective marker. We haven't killed any warlords yet, and we haven't killed any vehicles yet. So by my count, that leaves the first points on the scoreboard is 10 points to the Raven Guard-S Ghosts of Terror, which is led by Lieutenant Jaden. So the lieutenant is the first one to make a mark on the board, putting the captains to shame. Oh dear, he's coming for your titles, captains. Not yours, he doesn't like. He actually has to Captain Alban's title because he's a Primaris Marine. Anyway, we'll cut back to you when the White Guards had a bit of a think about what they're going to do. Alright, see you in a second. Here we are after, who are we? We're Team Blaze. Here we are after Team Blaze's move. So everybody sort of pushed up. We had, the only real advance we had were these chaps over there. But because they've got assault weapons and the White Scars, it's no problem for their weapons. These guys have sort of formed a nice line because they're going to blow this thing up and they kind of want to be away from the explosion. They're also going to take on this infiltrator troop who's the Raven Guards lot. What else we got? We got the Typhoon Missile Launcher and Heavy Bolter, so they'll probably either go into that or possibly the Interceptor trying to get one of those take it down victory points. Aside from that, that's pretty much everything. So what we'll do then is we've spent already a command point on essentially turning this chap into a captain. So that gives the rerolls of 1s to my heavy Hellblasters. And also those guys as well. So that, well, the captain's just there as well. So lots of rerolls of 1s then. We've got then the heavy plasma gun. Now, because he isn't a core unit, he can't overcharge himself because he will lose a mortal wound every time he rolls a 1. So we're just going to keep it to a standard one. So I think this is strength 7 -3 2 damage. That's pretty good. So it's D3 shots. We're going to be taking them at the suppressor squad that's just here. So D3 shots. 1 shot. That's not great. So I don't believe there's any special rules. These are Raven Guard, but they're only... Oh, they are 12 inches away, so they are considered to be in light cover, so they do get an extra saving 1 to the same throw. Okay, so I'm hitting on 3s. And that's a miss. So new re-rolls of 1, unless I'm within... Oh no, because he's not core. Oh no, Dreadnoughts are core. Dreadnoughts are core. They're one of the few vehicles that are core. I think, like, possibly the land speeders are as well. So at the moment, I'm desperately trying to measure up 6. So is he within 6? Yeah, he's within 6, so we can re-roll that one. It wasn't meant to be. Okay, that's not a problem. Over 12 inches away, so we can't use the heavy flamer. So that is that one done. Okay, so we've got the assault plasmas. So these are strength 6 minus 4 because we're in tactical doctrine. I think they're minus 4 anyway. And they are 1 damage, but I'm overcharging them. So they're going to get 2 shots each and they're going to do 2 damage a piece. And they can re-roll the ones because this one. Now, I know I've seen other channels doing this and you have to basically roll them at the same time. So we're going to be firing strength 6. I will double check that, but essentially it's going to be wounding on 3s. It's not double. Right, add to the suppressors as well. So, first Marine. 2 hits, cool. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Okay, cool. And we can't re-roll. We're not going to do the core one for that one. So that's 9 hits. That's all I need. Okay, I'm going to get a few more dice. Yeah, the assault plasmas are strength 6 minus 4, so, so technically minus 5, so it won't do anything for their saves, so any hits on this will essentially disintegrate the Space Marines. So this is going to be 9 shots. Yeah, 9 wounds, so this is wounding on 3s. They are Primaris, so if I spend a command point, is it 1? Yeah, 1 command point. This will boost up to 4s. So the Raven Guard are going to spend, 1 command point on making these wounding on 4s. Will it help? Let's have a look. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is 4 dead suppressors. Yeah, it would have helped because obviously that's they would have wounded as well. But no, they still got wiped enough. So that is 2 apiece, and that is 2 apiece. So that is 1 wiped squad. Alright, that was quite successful for the Hellblasters then. Let's see if the Intercessors can have just as much luck. So the Intercessors are going to be attacking this bunch. So it's only Assault Troopers they can attack because of Lookout Sir. So we're going to be rolling quite a few shots. It's going to be 15 shots hitting on 3s. And because we're in range of our Captain, we can re-roll the 1s. And there's a few 1s here. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so these are all -1 at the moment because we're in tactical doctrine. So we're going to be wounding on 4s, and we're just attacking the regular squad. So take away those. Can't re-roll any of that. So we managed to get 5 wounds through. So this is going to be saving on 4s, and we have 1 dead assault marine. Okay, that was pretty successful. So all we've got left now is the bike squad, and we do potentially have the intercessor squad there who are within range. Might as well just do that then. So this is going to be, they can follow, so we've got 4 left in there? What's the camera can't see. Yeah, there's 4 left. So we're going to do 12 shots. Ooh, let's grab some dice. What's that? 6, 7. Okay, so 12 shots. This is going to be hitting on, it's going to hit on 3s. Okay, they are still within range of the captain, so that's all the re-rolls of 1s. Oh, that didn't really help. So get rid of those. So those are hits. We're going to be winning on 4s. Not great again. It's going to be -1, but they are 12 inches away. No, they're not. Yeah, they are 12 inches away. So this is back to 2s. And they're completely fine. Right, so all we've got left then is going to be the land speeder over there. And we've got the biker squad and potentially the captain doing some damage too as well. Right, back in a second. The bike squad is up then. So we're going to be doing some rapid firing from all the bike guns from the squad. I'll do the captain separately, so we'll see what he can polish anybody off, because he has got a melter gun there as well, and potentially 6 shots from his bolt gun. So we've got 20 shots coming in from the 5 bike squad into the infiltrators, which are still hiding in there. This is going to be hitting on 3s, if I can pick up all the dice. I'll draw these 2 separately. Okay, so hitting on 3s, and we can re-roll 1s. So, re-roll the 1s. Oh, and because we've got Storm of Fire, which is the captain's Warlord trait, which generally he's going to be putting on the bikes, 6s will be extra -1s on the, I think it's on the wounding, not on the hit, so don't have to worry about that so far. So we're just looking for hits first. That's quite a few. That's definitely going to wipe the squad, I would have thought. But we'll see what happens. This is Strength 4 weaponry, hitting wounding on 4s, and say 6s are extra -1. So that's quite a few 6s. We're looking for 4s, so get rid of all the 2s and 3s and 1s. Okay, so these are wounds. So these are just going to be the regular -1. So these are 4-up saves. So one of those fails, so that's 1 dead Space Marine already. And these are -2. So I've got 4 to get. We've got 4 to get through. Yeah, we've got 4 to get through. So we're looking for 5-ups. So we're looking for 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right, that is 1 dead infiltrator squad. Alright, I'm going to do some clearing up, and we're going to see if we can get rid of this Predator and get some victory points. This is potentially going to be quite a rewarding round for the White Scar Ghost of Terrans. This is going to be, yeah, I think we're going to be able to take up 2 vehicles plus wipe people off spot, so that's going to be quite cool. We're going to do 2 Typhoon missile launchers into the intercept over there. So it is still hard to hit, so this is going to be hitting on 4s. So 2 rockets, crack rockets, and they're both misses, unfortunate. Okay, we're also going to try the heavy bolter into the group of infiltrators still running from the Raven Guard detachment. So it's going to be hitting on 3s, but they are 1, so they will get their things down. So 3 hits. This is strength 5, toughness 4, so hitting, winning on 3s, and all fail. So rubbish. Okay, so the rest we got 2 melter guns. We've got a melter gun from the captain, which is in his combi melter, and we've got a melter gun in the actual squad itself, and then we have a multi-melter. So what we're going to do is we're just going to choose some shots. So the captain is, because he's in range of no one else, he's going to fire his melter gun at the Predator tank. So this is going to be hitting on 2s, only 1 shot, and he can't reroll his 1s anymore. So that's a hit. This is strength 8, toughness 7, so wounding on 3s. That's a wound. This is -4, so there's no save. So D6 damage, and I believe he's only got 4 left. So 4 to go. That's 2 off. Righty-ho. That's kind of what we need to do. Right, what's next? We've got another melter gun. So this is going to be hitting on 3s this time. Got a hit. Wounding on 3. Another wound. And no way to save. So this is going to be D6 damage. And 1. Oh, that is really unfortunate. Pay to reroll. So that's a White Skull reroll. And 6. And we got a blown up Predator. Woohoo! Okay, so let's see if it blows on 6. It doesn't blow. And that is 1 dead tank. Fantastic. Right, before we do anything else, I think, yeah, we did measure up. He can actually reach the interceptor, but it unfortunately cannot see the interceptor. That building is in the way. So it's just going to have to take turn that big old gun at the poor old infiltrators there. So this is going to be 2 multi-melt shots hitting on 3s. And that is 2 hits. This is wounding on 2s this time because it's strength 8. That's 2 wounds. There's no way to save. It can still potentially save each one. So 6, looking for 2s. And that's 2 dead Space Marines. That was a very successful round from the White Skies. I'm just going to have a quick look around to see if I haven't forgotten anything. I think that's everything. Potentially then we have got, at the end of the phase, we have got 1 objective point. And we blew up this tank. So that is going to be 10 victory points to the White Skies at the end of their second turn. I'm saying that because I think that's actually everything. Yes, I believe that's everything. Okay, we might do some charging, but there's nothing to charge, nothing in charge range. Those guys are a little bit too far away, and I killed those guys. So I'm going to do a bit of a cleanup, and we're going to come back to whose turn next. It's going to be the Imperial Fist over there. We haven't forgotten you guys. Let's see what happens over there. Welcome back to, where are we? We're on Captain Alburn's turn 2. So she's had her reinforcements turn up. I had to do some measurements because we've got infiltrators there and they don't allow people within 12 inches rather than 9 inches. So I couldn't put them where I wanted them. So that is where they've ended up. So they're going to be attacking the Eliminators. The Captain, Apothecary and Aggressor who were here, who were fighting this fine chap, have now ducktail. So they moved and advanced to get in with their Intercessor squad. No, sorry, Infiltrator squad, which are there. And they still got an Infiltrator squad there. And obviously, neither of them are moved. No popping. We only had 2 command points left, even with the recouping of another command point. So we spent this on something called the... what's it called? Power of the Machine Spirit. Essentially what it does, for the purposes of attacking things, I have full wounds. So I don't have to worry about hitting things on 6s anymore. I can hit them on 3s. So hopefully this Interceptor will be able to make a fair big chunk out of all this lovely White Scar menace that's all here. Apart from that, that's pretty much everything. They didn't start with a huge force to start with, so we're going to do some attacking them. So I guess we're going to start with, yeah, we'll have a little look, and we're probably going to start with these guys. I'm dropping dice everywhere. Right, these fine fellows have something called assault bolters. They're 3 shots apiece. It's like 5 minus 1, 1. But because we're in assault tactical doctrine, because that's now minus 2. So hopefully we can scrub out these eliminators. We can eliminate eliminators. See what I did there? We're going to be hitting on 3s then, because they don't have any real problems with this weaponry. So hitting on 3s. And I think we're just out of range of our captain, so we can't reroll the 1s. We've got cocked dice there. Okay, let's count those up. Plenty of shots hit there. This is going to be strength 5 versus tough 4, so this is actually going to be wounding on 3s this time rather than 4s. Let's have a look then. 1 loss. Oh my god, so many got through. So many got through. Fantastic. Excellent. And I believe 6s explode on, I think that's on the hits, but we'll do it on the wounds this time. So let's do, oh, that was a 6. So we've got 4 extra hits. So let's see if we got wound. And we've got 2. Cool. Oh, no, do we have to roll those as well? I guess. Yeah, no. Okay. That's still lows though. So this is going to be minus 2. So hopefully this could scrub the group. So this is going to be 5 up saves. They have got 3, I believe, apiece. Yeah, because the Primaris and the sort of specialty. I will double check because I think maybe Gravis. I think these guys may have 2. I'll double check when we go. Let's see how many we get. So saving on 5s. Are they 12 inches away? Yeah, they have to be 12 inches away. So they do get yeah, they do get 1 minus 1 away. So this is gonna be 4 ups. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, plenty failed. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 10 there. So even if they do get 3 apiece, they're still dead. So that they've eliminated the eliminators. Well done, lads. Right, on to the next bit of shooting, which is going to be probably just the intercessors, because we haven't got much left on this team. Oh, there, we're going to save the fun bit for this one. Right, back in a bit. Lots of umming and ahhing, but I think I finally made a decision. So we're going to try and take out the back end of this crew here. So we've got the Laz Talon there. I think it's like strength 9 minus 3 d6 damage, so strength 8, something like that. I don't think it's going to affect the target too much. We're going to be hitting on 3s now because we've got Machine Spirit. Even though we've only got 1 wound left, we are still going to be hitting on 3s, so that's really helpful. No special moves for the Dreadnought, so we're going to be hitting on 3s. Excellent, 2 hits. This is, like I say, strength 8 versus toughness 7 or strength 9 versus 7. Regardless, it's going to be 3s. We haven't got any command points to reroll, nor are we near captains, so that's just going to have to do as 1. That is minus 3, so it does get a chance to save, so on a 6. That's a 4. Okay, so this is decent, but it does get minus 1 because of new Dreadnought abilities. So that's a 3. And because it's a venerable, it can shrug. So it's going to shrug on 6s. So that's 3 wounds off the Dreadnought. Okay, we're going to do the rest of the crack missiles into it as well. So I'm going to just put a note for that. So how many have we got so far? We've got 3 so far. So 2 crack missiles hitting on 3s. 2 crack missiles hit. This is 8 versus toughness 7, so this is 3s again. Oh no! So they ping off the armor. That's not very good. Right, so we did 3 off the Dreadnought. We're going to do the rest into the Hellblasters. So what we've got as rest is 12 shots from an assault cannon. So these again are going to be hitting on 3s. Again, no real special moves. It's 6 minus 1 1. There you go, hitting on 3s then. Not the worst, but certainly that wouldn't be great if I was on my last bracket. Got those. This is going to be wounding on 3s. All but 2. And this is minus 1. So this is going to be 4 up saves. We've got 3. So that is 1 dead marine and 1 with 1 left. Fantastic. That is the last turn. I believe the only thing left we've got are the infiltrators that are hiding underneath those barricades. So that's probably the end of that, guys. So well done, bud. You managed to chip a bit off the Dreadnought and kill the Space Marine. Not the greatest, but oh well. It certainly took a lot of attention off everything else. Right then, we'll come back to when we've got back to our infiltrators. Right then, almost done with this turn. We've got 5 infiltrators. I can't get the camera in there. There's 5 infiltrators in behind this wall here, and they can see, if you can see the arm of the Invictus Warsuit. So they're going to be taking shots at that one. Now, so I keep forgetting these rules for everyone's strategy because I'm just learning them. The infiltrators obviously will automatically wound on 6s. So if I roll hits of 6s, they explode to get more additional hits. So I've got to remember that. What else have I got to remember? They also ignore light cover, and because that's obviously a Raven Guard, they are automatically in light cover, so they can ignore that. So he doesn't get a +1 to his save and throw for these guys. So they do have -1 with their rifles, but let's just see how it rolls out. So we've got 5 Marines firing rapid fire. That's going to be 2 shots each. 6s wound automatically, so we're hoping for 6s twice really, because 6s wound automatically and they explode. We have 1 6, so we've got 1 6, and that's a re-roll. Okay, so not great. They're not within range of their captain, so they can't things. So this is going to be, I think the Invictus Warsuit is only a 6 because it's got the open chassis, but it's still going to be 5 to this one. 5s on this then. Oh, where were you earlier? Okay, so that's 3 wins in. So this is going to be -1 because of the Doctrine. It's a 3-up save. He generally would get his light cover save, but he doesn't this time, so this is going to be 3 4-ups. And he saves every last one of them. Well done, Mr. Warsuit. Okay, so we've got, the only thing we've got left then is 4 more infiltrators tucked in there. The camera can't quite get it, but yeah, there's 4 in there, and they're going to be attacking the fellow infiltrators which are on the point there. So this is going to be 4 rapid fire shots. That comes in at 8, I believe, if my mathematics is okay. So this is going to be 8 hitting on 3s. These are Raven Guard, but again, they ignore cover because they are Imperial Fists. So they are within range of their captain, so they can re-roll some 1s. So 6s wound automatically. Those are fails, and those are hits. Wounding on 4s. Can't reroll any of those. No, so that is 3 wounds. That's going to be -1, so that's 4 up saves for those gents. 1 wound off those. That's not anyone dead from there. No, so that's just we're down to 2.5 wounds. 2.5 wounds, you know, 2 Marines and yeah, you know what I mean. Right, that is the end of the go. So I'm just going to do some tallying up. I believe that is 1 and 2 with no Warlord or vehicle. So everybody's level peggings at the end of round 2. Round 3 is really going to have to, people are going to have to blow up some machines and kill some warlords. Oh dear. Trying to think for 3 different battle groups is really, really difficult, but you kind of don't know what's happening next because you've forgotten completely by the time you get back round to them. So, I'll come back to you for Team Jaden, round 3. Here we are back on Raven Guard turn 3, I believe. Now, not much in the ways of troops and vehicles left, but with what they've got, they're going to really, really try and pull something out of the bag. Right, we've only got 1 firing unit today, because we've got the Invictus Warsuit here, and that's going to be attacking either them or them. But what we've got here is some infiltrators, which are still on this marker, and they've popped smoke, so they're -1 to hit now. And we've had some movement from the assault troops, and the HQ choice, the lieutenant's there as well. The lieutenant advanced, so there's no firing from him, and the bolt pistols can't see anyone. However, the sergeant, who is just around the corner, can see around the corner and shoot those infiltrators in there. So, there's going to be a bit of shooting there, but we're going to do the fun stuff first. So, it's going to be the Invictus Warsuit that's going to be taking some shots. I believe we're going to try and take out well, I think the infiltrators are the ones going to shoot. So, maybe we should shoot we're going to shoot the Invictus Warsuit at I'm going to say we've got an apothecary, we've got a sort of thing, but they are within two lots of things. So, I've got to attack either the Gravis troops or the infiltrators, and because the infiltrators are closest, I'm sure I'm going to have to attack them. So, I'm going to be attacking the infiltrators. Let's see if we can wipe them out first. We've got, then, the heavy bolter. So, 3 shots on hitting on 3s. That's 2 ones. We're not going to reroll those. Can I reroll one of those? I'll probably save it for later. Just going to get rid of one of Jaden's points. Cool. So, that's 1 hit. That's strength 5 versus toughness 4. So, it's going to be 3s to wound. And nothing on the bolter. Okay. We're going to do the heavy stubber then, or whatever it is, the iron hail cannon. So I believe that's going to be 8 shots on a strength 4 -1. Let's have a look. That's a bit better. We got 6 hits. This is going to be wounding on 4s. 3 of those. And this is -1, so this is 4 up saves. And that's 2 light wounds off. All right, let's have a little look at it. See, I think I've got 1 thing left, so let's just go and move some space marines and see what I've got left to fire. Right then, twin iron hail cannon. That's what I meant. So this is 6 shots hitting on 3s. 4 shots, not bad. This is strength 7, so this is going to be wounding on 3s. So 4. So we've got 3 wounds. It's -1, so this is going to be 4 up saves, and it's 2 damage apiece. All save. Okay, that wasn't very good. So the last thing the Invictus Warsuit's got is its strange little thing called a fragstone grenade launcher. So the assault D6, 3 shots, hitting on 3s, all but 1. Oh no, 1. Sorry. Wounding on 4s. So wounds. This is dash. So this is going to be a 3 up save. And it's safe. Okay, so that's that one done. So I believe that is all the shooting apart from my sergeant over there. He's going to be taking shots into the infiltrator squad. So it's just a plasma pistol. So plasma pistol hitting on 3. That's a hit. Okay, wounding on 2. Is it plasma 7 or is it 8? I think it's a 7, so it's going to be wounding on 3. And not wound anyway. Okay, so no successful shooting really amongst that phase. So I'm going to be doing some charges. So we're going to charge the Invictus Warsuit into the Warlord and the Apothecary and other bits and pieces. And he wasn't within 3 of that. Oh, that squad was. So I should roll 2 6s on that one. So this is the Apothecary's shrug. Ah, want to survive? Okay, so I've got 1 infiltrator that's still... And hang on, because the infiltrators can shrug 1... Okay, that's still... Yeah, sorry, I'm just remembering all the rules. So the Helix Adept can ignore 1 save rolls, and he saved 1 of those. So that is actually a infiltrator still alive. So that's kind of annoying. Righto. So we're going to run some melee into there, and hopefully we're going to have some assault squads going into that infiltrator squad right there. I'm going to do some rolling, and I'm going to do some measuring, and I'll come back to you when we've got some results. Lovely, we had some brilliant charges. We had a 6 and a 7 from Jaden and the assault squad, so they're all underneath there with the infiltrators. And we had a whopping 12 from the Invictus Warsuit, so we've got the Invictus Warsuit actually engaging their Warlord. So let's do the fun one first, I guess. Let's do the Warlord. Right, we've got a charge, so we get an extra 1 for our charging one. Typical attacks on a Warsuit is 5, so this is 5 hits onto the Warlord, hitting on 3s. We've got 3 hits. Cool. No way to reroll those, unfortunately. Actually, I might pay for a reroll. Yep, he's going to pay for a reroll on this one. So we're down 3 command points, and we're going to reroll. Hopefully, again, another 3. No. Okay, so it's 3 hits. So this is strength 14 versus toughness 6. So this is going to be wounding on 2s. Yep, all 3 wound. So this is now a we are in what doctrine? We're in we can be in combat doctrine, so we're going to be in combat doctrine. So this adds another dash to his Invictus Fist. So that actually makes it -4. So with 3 wounds apiece. So that's going to be iron saves all around for them. So this is going to be 4 up saves for my captain. And look at that. Every single last one. So, nothing up from the Victor Warsuit. That's unfortunate. Okay, we're going in for the Assault Squad then. So, they're going to smack back in a second, obviously. But everything charging goes first. So, we've got Jaden, which he's got I believe he's got 4 attacks, being a lieutenant. And a 5th one for melee. So, this is hitting on 2s. That's 2 misses. Okay. Wounding on, I think he's just got his fist, so it's going to be wounding on 4s. There you go, all 4 wins, and so it's just going to be a -1, so 4 up saves. That is 1 dead infiltrator. Let's keep it going. So we've got the regular standard, so it's 1 down. So we've got I believe we've got a sergeant in there with a power fist. So this is going to be 2 shots hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits. -3 plus 1, so there's no saves on this one, and I believe it's 2 damage a piece with a power fist. It's 3 damage a piece. Ooh, I think it's actually just a standard 3 with a power fist. No, it's standard 2, so that's another 2 dead. So that's 3 Marines gone down. Sorry about this, everyone. 3. There is a 3 on this dice, I'm sure. Have these dice still got 3 on them? There we go. Don't think that's cool. So that's 3 Marines down, and we've got the rest of the Space Marines in there. So that's 4 Space Marines hitting 4 times with chainswords. Wounding, so hitting on 3s, all but 1, and then wounding on 4s. Not that great. I think that was 3 or 4 there, maybe 3 there. Sorry. And this is -2 now, so 5 up saves. And that's another Space Marine dead. So that is 4 Marines dead. I believe that's the squad. I'll have a quick look and we'll come back to you. Right, the captain is now going to smack back. He just saw his entire infiltrator squad on the other side who had a position just get slaughtered, and he's going to take it out on this warsuit. So the Gravis captain has got several perks and updates. So he's got an extra wound, extra toughness, and he's got lots of stuff. So nothing really to his attacks. So 5 is standard, but he was charged, so he gets an extra charge less. He's going to be generally hitting on 2s, but he's got his funny old, what's he called? He's got a Bolt Storm Gauntlet. So it is each time attack is made, you've got to subtract 1 from the hit roll. So it's going to be hitting on 3s. That was a 5. So that's all but 2. I can't re-roll any of those. So this is a strength times 2 for that one. Do I have an extra strength for this guy? No, it's extra toughness. So it's going to be strength 8 versus toughness 6. This is going to be wounding on 3s. All but 2. Oh, 2 after 2. So this is now going to be a -3. Now he is technically still in tactical doctrine because they're still in their 2nd stage. I'm not sure how that works. Yeah, he doesn't get the extra minus for his also. So this is going to be 2 6-up saves. And that's going to be 2 damage, 4 damage off that one. That one, guys, so it takes off, so it's down to 6. Oh dear. Right, then we've got the Apothecary. I think the Apothecary's got, he's just got a regular old chainsword, so I don't think there's going to be too much damage, but we'll have a little look. Now, I believe they didn't really get a buff, so they won't be getting extra attacks. It's only 3 attacks, but he was charged. So, 4 attacks for the Apothecary. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Strength 4 versus toughness 6, so wounding on 5s. 1 wound, and so this is -1, so 4 up save. And that's another, and the chainsaw managed to get through. Surgical strikes from the surgeon there. Lovely. There is a 5. I'm having a real problem finding dice numbers today. Oh, that's still a 3. Where were you earlier? 5. There you go. So that's down to 5 now. Right, that is everything, because unfortunately that's all the distance, and that is the Raven Guard's turn. So let's have a quick look at what they managed to do. We managed to hold on to an objective point, and we've managed to take another one. So that's going to be another 10 points. Yet we failed to bring down a vehicle, and we failed to kill this warlord, so that's not any extra victory ones. That leaves the Raven Guard on their 3rd turn with 20 points and not many troops left. Yet they are in quite a good position, though we have to see what the White Scars are going to get to in their turn 3. Right, welcome to the turn where the White Scars are absolutely going to clean up. Now, they've been relatively untouched the majority of the battle. They've only lost 2 actual troop members compared to everybody else. So, we've still got this going. We've still got lots of troops. We've got the captain underneath there. all within reroll range of all his troops. So remember, we've got Storm of Fire as well, so we can add some +1s, -1s to the AP, because they're still in Tactical Doctrine. There's some there, there's some there. Yeah, it's just going to be absolute chaos. I think they're just going to absolutely annihilate every team off the board. And we do still have this guy here. This might be the one thing we might regret blowing up, because it might blow up in our faces, but we'll just have to see how the dice roll. Right then, let's have a bit of fun then. So we've got some assault troopers here. Essentially, they've got assault bolt, auto bolt guns, so that's essentially rapid 3-shot assault bolt guns. And so have they. So they're going to take out the -1 to hit, but there's 3 infiltrators. So they just got to chip 5 wounds off to knock them off that point. So we're going to do that first. It's 27 shots from the 2 squads. So see if we can get all these in one hand. I'm going to roll these and roll these separately, because I've tried this before. Okay, so rolling first time and re-rolling the ones. This is Storm of Fire, so I believe it's in the wounds that it's going to be +6. So obviously, no, hang on, not applying to that one, because that can only apply to 1 squad, and I'm going to add that to my biker squad. So let's re-roll the ones then. Actually, I think a lot of them are 1 squads within 1, so I can only re-roll, let's say, half of them. So, yeah, that's half of them. Okay, so I'm just going to count this up and see what we've got. Okay, with the -1 to hit, because the infiltrators popped smoke, this is how many we hit. So we've got to be wounding on 4s. Not the best, we can't re-roll anything there. So this is what we got. So let's roll the 6, and so this is a -2 AP. They are over 12 inches away from the assault, so they have got a +1, so that negates the minus. So this is back to a roll of 3. And they do have a helix adept, so if they fail this, they can ignore it. So they failed that, so they can ignore that. That's fine. Okay, going on to these then. So these are -1. Yep. So wounding on, but because of 12 inches away, so it's back to 3s. And that's 3 wounds. Cool. So that's 4 wounds off. There's just 1 more wound left on that trip. I'm sure we can chip that away with the bike squad. The captain wants to have a try, so he's actually got he's got 2 bolt guns. Twin bolt guns. He's also got a combi bolter, but he's only going to fire the melter gun at the moment, so it's going to be 3s to hit, because he usually would hit on a 2, but because that guy's still in smoke, so it's going to be hitting on 3 with the melter gun. That's a miss. So we're going to have to do the machine gun bolts. Oops, excuse me, everybody. That's the other side of my table. Right. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. Okay, all those hit. All those hits. Yeah, that's right, because yeah, he's hitting on 2s. Okay, so that's going to be wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. And this is at -1, so this is 2, but he's over 12 inches away. No, he's not, so this is going to be 4s. And that's 1 wound. And that is 1 dead infiltrator squad. Righty-ho, so the biker squad has now got to decide who they're going to have a go at. There is some choice targets. They've got some Gravis, there's some infiltrators around the corner. No, there's not anymore. There's some assault rings. So we'll have a little look, and we're going to see what the bike squad are going to do. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the bike squad yet, but I have decided what I'm going to do with this the Typhoon missile launcher. We're going to fire 2 cracked missiles into this poor fella. Okay, so this is going to be hitting on 3s, yes. 1 hit. Strength 8 versus toughness, or was it strength 7? Strength 8 versus toughness 6, so this is going to be 3s. And that's a miss, okay. So we've got missed on that one. We've got the heavy bolter, which is going to go into the Gravis troops. So this is hitting on, so that's going to be hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Strength 5 versus toughness 5, because they're in Gravis armor. 1 fire, so that's 1 wound. That's going to be -1, and they haven't got any sort of save or anything, so this is going to be 4 up save. And that's a fail. That's 2 wounds off one of the Gravis troops. Okay, that's the Typhoon missile launcher done. Let's have a look at what the Hellblasters and the Devastator, the Dreadnought's going to be doing. Old Dreddy is going to try and take out the Interceptor. So we've got the heavy plasma cannon. So this is a D3 shots. 3 shots. Hey, cool. So it's still hard to hit. So this is going to be hitting on 4s. Oh, even though it was a 5, I'm going to reroll it. So hitting on 4s. That's only 1. Yep, so it's 2 hits. Strength 8 or strength 7, regardless. This is going to be 4s. No. Yeah, because that's toughness 7 anyway. So yeah, so it's going to be 4s. That's 2 wounds. Fantastic. Because it's a plasma cannon, it's -3. So that's going to be 6 up saves. One save and one fail, and I'm just going to quickly check. Well, regardless, it's one wound. It's gone. So, explodes on 6. No, it just crashes. Brilliant. That is the White Scars have taken down, bring it down. So that's an extra 5 victory points for them. Right, this is how it's going to go down. We've got so many split shots. We've got the melter gun going into the infiltrators, along with 2 bikes worth of bolt guns. We've got the multi-melter going into the Victor warsuit, and then we've got bolt guns going into Jaden, the warlord of the Raven Guard. So we might as well do the Raven Guard one first, because he's only on 1 wound left. We'll do this. So we're going to be hitting on 4s because he's wearing the Ghost Weave cloak. I am within range of my captain, so I can re-roll the 1s. So that gives me 1, 2, and this is going to be Storm of Fire, because my captain gives my troops upgraded shots. So any 6s now will be an extra dash. So I'm going to be wounding on 4s. So there's a 6, that's going to be -2, and that's a wound. Yeah, so that's it. There's only 2 wounds there. Alright, so let's do the -1 then. -1, so this is going to be saving on 4. And that's a failed save. So that is that's killed the warlord. Jaden has now fallen to bike fire. So that is him down. Right, that's cool. So that worked out pretty well. Right, the multi-melter on the attack bike is going to go into the Invicta warsuit, and hopefully we're going to take out some of the HQ around the corner here as well. So this is just going to be hitting on 3s, I believe. That's 2 hits in the melt. That's brilliant. That's what we need. It's strength 8 versus toughness 6. So this is wounding on 3s. I cannot re-roll the 1, so that's just 1 wound. This is -4, so there's no save. This is D6 damage. Come on. It's got 5 left. 5 left. And that's 4, so it's down to 1. Okay. That leaves, I think that's my lot. Oh no, I've got 4 more bolt guns and the melter gun into the infiltrators. So the infiltrators have got the Helix Adept. I finally remembered that. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. And re-rolling the 1. Okay. So this is going to be wounding on 4s. Just 1 wound. And we're going to be saving it on 4s. So that's a fail, but because we've got the Helix Adept, that has now been cancelled, so that's fine. So the melter gun now, hitting on 3. That's a hit. Strength 8, toughness 4, wounding on 2s. That's a wound. And D6 damage. That's 1 dead infiltrator. Brilliant. So we knocked some damage off. We killed the warlord. I believe that's everything that's fired. We're now going to look to see if we can potentially charge something. I did measure up. I was within range, but I failed the charge. So these guys are staying still, and they're staying there. So that is the end of the Raven Guard part of the force's turn. So they managed to bring it down. So we've got 1 vehicle, and we managed to get a warlord. That's 2. I said I was going to give 5 points apiece for each one of those. And what else we got here? We also got 1 objective marker. So that is 15 points to the White Scars at the end of their turn 3. We'll join you back once I've had a little think about what on earth Captain Mocha and her Imperial Fist lot are going to be doing. I don't think there's much. They're just going to have to sort of hold on, I think. Right, back in a bit. Okay, we're here with Imperial Fists turn 3. So they haven't got many troops left, so we have to do some tactical decisions here. So this is how it all broke down. With our one and only command point, we popped smoke and moved and advanced this troop onto the now absent of troops middle objective marker. So that's going to annoy those guys. So they're hitting them on 4s now rather than 3s. So that's quite helpful. We had the aggressor. We had the aggressor move because he wasn't in combat with the Invicta Warsuit, but the captain and the apothecary in there have fallen back, so they're out of range. The aggressors have moved up a little bit closer towards the assault marines who are tucked in there, so they're going to charge them eventually, and they're going to open up on this Invicta Warsuit, hopefully getting 5 command victory points for Bring It Down. That's, in theory, how it's all going to go down. So let's see how it actually works out then. So we've got 18 shots then, coming in from the Inceptors. Sorry. These are Assault Bolters. They're still in Tactical Doctrine, so this is going to be -2. So that's going to be quite helpful if we get some shots in. Right then, so this is going to be hitting this fine gent on 3s. We've only got 1 to get through, so it shouldn't be too bad. So hitting on 3s. I'll take that. Let's get rid of those. So a few 2s. No 1s, that's all good. So this is going to be now wounding on 5 still. It's toughness 6 versus strength 5 weaponry. So unfortunately this is 5s. But we should be able to get a few through. I didn't count any 6 we had in the last one because they should have exploded. So that's my bad. These ones do not explode. So we're looking for 5s and 6s. That's only 3. So that's not as great as I hoped. That sucks. Okay. No worries at all. So this is going to be -2. So this is going to be 3 5-up saves. And it failed one. That means that's a 1 dead Invictus Warsuit. So let's see if it blows up on a 6. And that's a blown up 1. So I'm just going to have to measure up and see what's the... I think we've got an Apothecary and we've got a Captain and a Gravis Troop. So we're going to see how many mortal wounds they all take. Right, I thought doing the mortal wounds would be quite fun. So we've got... that should be a 3. So we've got the Gravis on 3 wounds. We've got the Apothecary on 4 wounds. And the... Oh, that's the wrong way. That's because it's that way. Yeah, so we've got the Gravis on 3. Apothecary on 4, and my Captain on 9 because of my Warlord trait and my Relic. So we're going to be doing a D3 mortal wounds to each. We have got a shrug on both of these ones for 6s, and he's got 2 shrugs on this for 6s. So let's do the Apothecary first. Sorry, the Gravis troop first. It's only 1 wound. That's pretty good. And we're going to see if we can shrug it on a 6. Nope, so that's down to 2 wounds for the Gravis. Okay. Right then, what have we got then? So we've got the Apothecary. How many mortal wounds? 2 mortal wounds. And can we shrug both of those? We shrug 1, so that's down to 3. And we have the Captain now. So mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. And he's got the aura from the medic, so 6. No, and he has his own one, which is on 6. No, so that's down 1. So that's 8. Not too bad. I mean, we did it upon ourselves, so that's a bit unfortunate. But we knew that was going to happen when we were taking on vehicles. Okay, I believe that is everything. So now we've just got to do some charging. So I'm going to clear up around here, and I'm going to see if I can make some charge. I'll come back to you in the charge phase. Well, in the fight phase. Okay then, we had a successful charge. They were only 2 inches away, and I got 11 on the charge. So that's the Gravis troops are in, and on the assault marines. So it's going to be, I believe we've got 4 for the sergeant and 3 for each of the troops. But these are just standard bolt pistols, so it's not going to be too much damage. They are on, where are we using? We're in tactical, so there's no dashes for these ones. Okay, so we're going to hit on 3s. I can't re-roll any 1s, unfortunately. We are using bolt pistols, so these will explode. So we get 2 additional shots. And that's another 1. Brilliant. Cool. So that many in. This is going to be wounding on 4s. Not too many for that. So just 3 there. So this is dash. This is going to be saving on 3s. So that's 1 wound off the assault squad. Okay, so that's the turn back. So I'm just going to take 1 off there and count up how many attacks these guys got. Because they were charged, so I've got to figure out what's what. So that wasn't too successful for the Gravis troops there. Let's see if the Space Marines, the Assault Marines, can have some better luck. So we got 3 troops with chainswords, and we've got a sergeant with a power fist. So we're going to be using the chainswords for us. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. No explosions for these ones. So this is just going to be 5 hits. This is going to be wounding on 5s because Gravis is toughness 5. Just 2 there. And that's going to be -1, so saving on 4s. So that is 1 dead Gravis troop. Okay. You did. Right, so. And then now we've got the sergeant now. So the sergeant would be hitting on 3s, but it's because it's unwieldy, it's hitting on 4s. And that's just 1 hit. So it's going to be toughness 8, I believe, because it's doubled the strength. So this is going to be wounding on 3. And it's a fail wound. Okay, so not too great, but that means they're in combat, so no one holds that objective anymore. I'll have to look up actually holds up. I don't think anybody holds it. So that's quite good, but we're going to have to add everything up now. Right, we've got 1 troop on there, so we get 5 points for that one. We get another 5 points for that one. So that's 10 points for that one. And then we did blow up the Invictus Warsuit, which was going to be another 5 points. And I believe, did we kill any... who killed Jaden? Oh, no, that was Team Blaze. So we didn't kill any HQs, unfortunately. They're both... the only one left is going to be the captain, who's tucked under there quite safely. So we're going to be moving on to... it's going to be the Raven Guard turn 4. After these guys won a nice successful 15 points for that. Here we are in the fourth and probably most last turn for the Raven Guard unit. So the only people we've got left are 4 Assault Marines, so they're the only ones hanging on to this point, so they're going to be used in fighting. However, I've neglected to mention that in the command phase in the previous one, when Jaden was still breathing, he managed to drop an orbital strike, so he had far too many command points, and there was a massive build-up of white scars here. So that comes into effect right now, so I've got to roll off. Now, I've done some measuring, and the only people who are in effect are obviously the poor sods who are actually he was targeted, so they're going to be taking some wounds possibly, and the bite squad are in range as well. Right then, so I believe how it rolls. If I roll 2 to 5, they get hit with D3 mortal wounds, and if they're within 3 inches, which is this one, you get to +1 to your roll, and if you roll a 6, they suffer D6 mortal wounds. So let's see how many wounds we get. So we'll do the squad inside there. They've got a +1 to the roll because they're it's aimed right on them. So we're hoping for a 5 or a 6. That's a 2. That's a 3 then. So that's D3 mortal wounds. So we'll roll D3 mortal wounds for them. That's just 1 wound, so that's unfortunate. So there's also 1 wound on this squad there. We'll do the bite squad then. So we're looking for a we're looking for anything, well, 5 and 6 ideally. That is going to be that's a 2, so that's D3 mortal wounds. Okay. And that's 2 wounds. So that should be, that's not a biker dead, but that's 2 wounds off. Okay, so that was them. I'm just going to grab some dice and we're going to go straight into the melee combat phase because they're not falling out. They can't do anything like that. They want to stay on this position. So they're going to see if they can try and knock these Gravis troops off. Oakley dokley, let's see if we can clear this area of some Gravis troops. Right, we got 2 power fists and we got 6 chainsaws attack. So we're going to do the chainsaws first. We're obviously going to be fighting in what's it called, combat doctrine now. So the chainsaws are actually -2 now, so that might actually help. Right then, hitting on 3s. 4 of those. Wounding on 5s. No, they weren't. No, only 1. Okay, so this is at -2. So did a 5 up save. And that is 1 wound off the Gravis troops. Okay, so 5 more wounds to get through. 2 and 3. This potentially could do it. Let's just put it on. I usually use the black ones, but we'll use that for a second. Okay, so 2 power fist attacks. So this is going to be hitting on 4s. Come on, we need this. Well, I've got 4, but not the way I wanted. Right, so no, nothing there. So that is the end of the Raven Guard turn. They get no points for that at all because they're still sharing the objective marker with them. And they certainly didn't complete any other missions. Right, then we'll go back to the White Scars turn when they've decided what they're going to do. Sorry, forgot about the punchback. Yeah, they do get a go. They're not just going to stand there and take that. Apologies. So, they've got, the captain's got 3 attacks and the regular trooper's got 2 attacks. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. 2 of those. Wounding on 4s. 2 of those. And these are going to be dash, so this is going to be saved on 3. And that is 1 wound off the assault squad. Okay, now it's the end of Raven Guard's turn. We'll join you back when I've had a look at those, that's killed someone, and it's after the White Scars have moved. Welcome back to the, where are we at? Turn 4 for the White Scars team. So they still got plenty of forces, and I have some new questions to ask, essentially, because this is a 3-way battle, and I've got 2 guys in combat, and obviously he's going to shoot because he doesn't care who he hits. So I'm going to have to come up with some new rules in a second for that. I've got a basic idea of what I'm going to do. Right, what have we done first? Firstly, we spent a command point on this one. So burnt through the one we already got because I'm not going to spend any more because my HQ is still on this. So I still farm a command point each turn. So he's going to use basically something about being smart and turns him into a captain. Yeah, so we're going to re-roll the hits for any of the plasmas that are going to be overcharging on 2s. But we'll do the boring stuff first. So the boring stuff is this. We got both our intercessor squads are on the point now, but these guys can't see anyone apart from potentially the Assault Marines and the Gravis over there, but I think these guys are going to finish them off. So I'm going to hold them back for a bit. So they're going to be flying over at the Gravis trooper, which is sort of bodyguarding the captain over there, with this guy holding back and looking at his targets after everybody's fired. We've got a biker squad with the captain menacingly within range with the infiltrators. So they are going to take that point if they wipe them, and by the looks of all the weapons, they definitely are. Right, so we've got loads of stuff to do. I think White Scars have got this one because there's a lot of points to be had in this one. There's no vehicles to be taken down at the moment at at all, but there is still a Warlord on the board and 15 points to take on objective, so that could be 20 points. So this could basically be the end of the game. Right then, let's have a bit of fun then. So we're going to do the, I did give each of the intercessor squads an auxiliary grenade launcher. So we're using a crack grenade, which is, I believe, is 6. So this should be wounding the Gravis on 3s. So we're going to hit on 3. That's not a hit, so we're not within range. That's not a shame. Okay, so this is the assault bolters. We are actually going to go into, we're in combat doctrine, so these are just plain, this is just dash. So hitting on 3s. Not too many, but I didn't think this squad was going to be adding too much to the whole thing. That was something else. Okay, and winding on 5s. That's a bit better. Look at that. Not too bad out of 6. So this is dash. So he's got 3 up save. I think he's got 2 wounds left. So we need looking for 2 2s 1s. He saved every last one. Okay, the Gravis troops fine. That's the intercessors. Well, they've done the job anyway, which is basically holding the point. We're going to go over now to, let's do this one, because this is going to be fun. So, what we're going to do then is fire into a melee combat between 2 other players, essentially. So, he's got, I reckon we're going to roll off to see who he actually hit. So, 1 to 3 is going to be the Raven Guard, and 4 to 6 is going to be the Imperial Fists. So he hits the Imperial Fist. He's going to hit the Gravis guys. Okay. Right then. So he's got heavy plasma guys. So that's going to be 3 shots. Potentially D3. 1 shot. Okay. Hitting on 3. So that's a hit. This is going to be wounding on 3s this time because he's Gravis. So that's a wound. Minus 4. 3? Minus 3 because it's a heavy plasma. So plasmas generally are. I'm going to double check that actually. Yes, after checking, it's minus 3 with 2 damage, so I could potentially kill this person. So, it's going to be a 6-up save for the Gravis troop. And it's 4, so that's 2 damage, and that is 1 dead Gravis. Okay, so well done, Dreadnought, you managed to take out 1. Let's see if the Assault Troopers can do the same. So, we're going to roll off again to see who they hit. I might as well remove the Gravis troop as well. Excuse me, sir. Thank you very much. Right, so we're going to do 1 to 3 is the Raven Guard, and 4 to 6 is going to be the Gravis troop left over. That's going to be the Raven Guard this time. Okay, so the Raven Guard have got, well, they've got Assault Troopers, so these guys have got Assault Plasmas, these White Scars, so this is, we're overcharging them, because he's going to be re-rolling the 1s, so let's do this individually. So, hitting on 3s, 2 shots, 2 shots, 2 shots, and 2 shots. Fantastic. Didn't need the one at all. Right then, so these are going to be assault, they overcharged, so they're 7 against 4, so this is going to be 3-ups. Every last one. Fantastic. So these are 6-up saves. Now I believe the captain's got a combat shield, so he's gonna roll off first. So we're gonna do 1 by 1 till the captain's dead, the lieutenant's dead. So sergeant, sorry. So a 5-up save, and that's 2. So that's 1 dead sergeant. Okay, so these are going to be any 6s, so any fails, all 2s. So that is 1 dead assault squad. So that does give the point to the Gravis troop now. So we'll just have to see what happens in my next shooting bit. So what am I going to shoot next? I've got the bite squad, I've got a captain, and I've got a land speeder. Time to have a wee think. Right then, time for the bikers to really make their mark. Right, I failed to mention at the beginning of this one as well, I gave them something called, I forget what it's called, but it's basically all the doctrines are now active for the biker squad. So, apart from the Warlord, which is on a bike as well, there's loads of these rapid fire shots I'm going to get in -1. So let's do this then. So I've got 4 for the captain. And I've got this lot for the bikers. So it's 20 shots are coming down, hitting on 3s, and this is going to be attacking the infiltrator squad. And because we're in our 4th phase, that smoke is now been cleared, and they can be seen at 3. And they can re-roll 1s because the captain's right behind them. Oh, and he's a command chapter, so that means I can nominate that one. So I'm nominating them and re-rolling the 2s. Brilliant. Every single shot hits. Okay, so this is strength 4, toughness 4. Oh, I need bigger hands. Right, strength 4, toughness 4, so this is going to be wounding on for us. There's quite a few got through there. So this is going to be -1. So this is going to be saves on 4s up. So 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead, and 4 dead. That leaves 1 sergeant left over. Okay, that's yeah. So that's 4 of them cleared. Let's have a look at what weapons we've got left. Well, let's just say I'm going to use the captain's melter gun and his combi bolt. So I think I'm just going to do the melter gun rather than do things and hitting on 3s. So this is going to be the melter gun onto the sergeant. So that's a hit. Strength 8, toughness 4. So this is going to be wounding on 2s. There's that, and d6 damage. I think it's +2 at this range, but this is it's going to be. Oop. Let me go and double check the melter gun stats. No, I'm going to pay to reroll, so that's 1 common point left over. Cock dice. And there we go. And that's the lot. Cool. That is 1 cleared infiltrate squad with a melter gun and a multi-melter left to fire, and the Typhoon missile. Well, we've got the land speeder Typhoon here as well. So I'm going to clear up and have a little look at what we've got left, which is going to potentially going to be the little, we've got Apothecary, Gravis, and the Captain, and that's all that's left on the battlefield. So hopefully we can clear them, and we can call it quits after all this. Right, back in a moment. I did forget about the Helix Adept there, I do apologise, but frankly, they were going to be slaughtered anyway, so I think they would have lost their morale anyhow. So that's just, that's them gone. Right, they've got a 1 melter gun left, which is in range of the Gravis trooper, so he's going to hit that guy on 3. And that's a 5, lovely. This is going to be wounding on 3s this time. That's 2, so I can't re-roll because I've already spent 1. Right, so we've got the multi-melter then, so this has still got to go into the Gravis troop. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. 1 hit. This is a strength 8, so wounding on 3. That's a wound. This is going to be -4, I think, so there's no save for the Gravis troop. So d6 damage, and it's got to get burned through 2. That's 4 wounds, cool, and so that's those 2, so essentially I've got to shrug 2 of those. Well, you've got to shrug all 4 of them, really. So I've got to get at least, hang on, no, it's just 2. Oh, he shrugs 1. Oh, hang on, so this gets 4 in. No, it doesn't shrug that one, and he wouldn't have shrugged that one. Okay, so yeah, that is one dead Gravis troop. Right-o, I'm going to see, I think we've only got the Typhoon missile launcher then. I believe that's the only one left. So that is going to be into the captain, because you've got to be a squad to take the shots, and the Apothecary is not a squad, it is a character. So 2 shots onto the captain, so this is going to be hitting on 3s. I am arranging my captain so I can reroll, and he's core because he's infantry essentially. So that's 2 hits, fantastic. Wounding, so he's Gravis and he's extra toughness, I think. Is he extra tough? Yeah, so he's toughness 6 versus thing. So this is going to be wounding on 3 still. 2 6s, lovely. This is going to be his Iron Halo save, 4 up. 1 save, so this is d6 damage from the crack missile. And that's a 3. Okay, so that's 3 off the Warlord. And we're going to do 3 shots from the heavy bolter into the Warlord again. 3 hits, fantastic. Strength 5 versus toughness 6, so wounding on 5s. No, nothing there at all. Okay, so that's 3 off the Warlord. No Gravis troops taking shots anymore. Let's see if we can charge him. Back again, apologies. He's got 2 lots of shrugs to go through. So this shrugging the first 3 wounds. He managed to shrug 1, and he's got his own Iron Resolve. So he takes 2 wounds rather than 3. So, having a look around then, the Imperial Fists have decided to concede this attack because they've only got an Apothecary and their Warlord, and they've got 1 Gravis troop. So, even if they manage to get into combat, there's a very unlikely chance they're going to get the Warlord or take out that vehicle, and they're too far behind at this point in time. They've got 25 points, and let's have a look here. Oh, excuse me, my finger. So, yeah, so our Imperial Fists here have got 25, whereas Team Blaze is just absolutely barreling ahead, and obviously Jaden cannot make it up. So at this point in time, the captain of the Captain Marker bows ahead to Captain Blaze. The lieutenant didn't win, unfortunately. The lieutenant did very well. But then again, I think with just such a fast force, they were just on him too quickly, so their long-range weaponry didn't really work too well. You have got to be really far away to make that work against White Skies. The very, very small force that was the Imperial Thistles did well. They held out for a long time. It absolutely sucked that the Lasfusils destroyed the Interceptor at the very beginning and managed to pretty much disable it. And we lost pretty much a lot of the vehicles along. We had a Predator at one point, and that got blown up over here. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good game. Ultimately, I think I really like playing as White Scars. So I've now got two favourites. I have Raven Guard and White Scars, who I'm going to potentially be playing as. That's essentially why I've done them as camo, because no one knows what they're up to. Tricksy Space Marines. But yeah, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody else, I'm going to call it quits. That is a win to the White Scars faction. I say White Scars tactics and stratagems. And I'll be going to have a little look in their codex and a few more of their strategies and see if I can really clean up on this one. You stay safe, everybody. And yeah, I'll see you next time. See ya. Peace.